Jennifer had always been the type to embrace a challenge. So when her friends dared her to drive alone on the infamous Whispering Hollow Road, she accepted without hesitation. The road, narrow and winding, was flanked by towering trees whose gnarled branches reached out like skeletal fingers, clawing at the car as she drove. The wind whispered through the trees, a mournful sound that seemed almost like a warning. The radio crackled to life. A distorted voice hissed through the static, chilling enough to make her skin crawl. "Get out," the voice whispered, barely audible but unmistakable. Suddenly the headlights flickered and the car shuddered to a stop. The darkness was absolute. Jennifer spotted a figure in the distance, moving through the mist, its glowing red eyes cutting through the dark. Panicking, she flung open the car door and sprinted into the woods. The fog grew thicker, enveloping her. The figure followed her, its glowing eyes never leaving her. She stumbled upon an old cabin, its windows boarded and walls rotting. Inside, the air was thick with the stench of decay. She leaned against the door, heart pounding. Suddenly, the door rattled violently, as if something outside was trying to force its way in. Desperate, she fled from the cabin, stumbling down a rocky incline into the forest. The search party only found her car the next day. Jennifer ran through the foggy woods, her heart pounding as the sound of footsteps closed in behind her. She glanced over her shoulder and saw him. His red eyes burned like embers, unblinking as he gained on her. Suddenly, she tripped over a root, hitting the ground hard. Before she could recover, he was upon her. He grabbed her by the throat, lifting her off the ground with an unnatural strength. Her hands clawed at his grip, but his hold was unrelenting. The glowing eyes were the last thing she saw. The forest fell silent as the mist swallowed them both, leaving only the faint glow of red eyes lingering in the darkness. By morning, the search party found nothing but the abandoned car, its headlights still faintly glowing in the misty dawn. The searchers whispered among themselves, their faces pale. They knew Whispering Hollow had claimed another victim. The fog seemed thicker now, almost alive, as if it were protecting the secret of what happened to Jennifer. The locals knew better than to venture too far down Whispering Hollow Road. It was a place of no return. Some say they still see the faint glow of red eyes deep in the mist, watching, waiting. Jennifer's disappearance became another tale to warn travelers, but the whispers of the hollow only grew louder. The rescue team pushed deeper into the forest, and then they found her, Jennifer's lifeless body, drenched in blood, lying motionless among the twisted roots. The team barely had time to react before the shadows moved, and one by one the rescuers were dragged into the darkness. The forest fell silent once more, the bodies of the rescue team left as lifeless as Jennifer's. In the heart of the woods, the killer stood triumphant, his face splattered with blood, laughing maniacally.